more football people in football. We need more basketball people in basketball because this is getting outrageous.
Welcome to Her Sports Convo with Ashleigh Wilson.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Crazy to see you here again. I hope you had a good week last week. I hope you have a good week this week. Happy Thursday. Pew, 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 boo, boo. Let's go. We've been a full week into the month of December. And, a lot of people's dreams came true this past Sunday, even this past Saturday. And a lot of people's hearts were unfortunately very broken in the college football sphere. Yes, the day has come. The CFP final rankings have dropped. And I'm not surprised. I mean, after what we saw on Saturday, there's literally nothing else I expected from the results of those games and the rankings. If for some reason you're under a rock and you don't know what has occurred, it's Bama at 1, Michigan at 2, Georgia at 3, and Cincinnati at 4, which means Bama, Cincy, and Michigan, Georgia will be kicking off each other on New Year's Eve. And really, I'm happy for Cincinnati. I'm happy they finally reached the pinnacle, the thing that they've been fighting for, the thing UCF was fighting for, and you reached it. Now, even though they're playing Alabama and I really want Alabama to win, I also, want them to give it a good shot. Because we all know if Cincinnati gets blown out by Alabama, not even if they lose, but if if it's the score of the SEC championship, it'll be another 6, 7, 8 years before we see another Group 5. They're doing it for the entire Group 5, and I think if they lose by more than 2 touchdowns, the Group of 5, they can be like, okay, whatever. We know we're not getting in for another long time because you worked this hard. You had to do 2 undefeated regular seasons to get in. Well, I'm going to say really 3 if we're counting UCF. So 3 undefeated regular seasons to finally get in, and you blow it. Again, I don't want them to win. Let me be very clear and stake my feet, double feet, 10 toes down in that. I don't want them to win, but I don't want them to lose that bad either, because they're going to literally kill the chances of everyone else coming after them. But taking it back to the day before, I watched, all the little conference championships. It was fun. It was great, blah, blah, blah. All of them were pretty lackluster. If you watched them, I'm pretty sure you would agree with me on that. But the most interesting one was the one that literally came on at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I just want to say big props to those Baylor Bears. Shout out to their freshman QB who came in starting his very first game, and a lot was at stake. I mean, they're trying to get to a good bowl game. They're trying to, help their team out and maybe push them into the CFP. Personally, I knew if they won, they weren't going to the CFP because, baby, you lost to TCU. And they ain't letting you in if you lost to TCU. But best of luck. And that was such a great game. Now, they did not play too great, at the end, because Oklahoma State, were charging back. Those Cowboys were really getting in that rodeo. But they had that goal line stance. Now, did I personally think once Oklahoma got down there, I was like, oh, this is it. You do not want to go out bad like that. But hey, they did it. And I was proud of it. Age-old statement definitely came true in that Big 12 championship game of offense sell tickets and defense wins championships. So congratulations to Baylor Bears. Hope you have fun at your bowl game. And major shout out to Utah, who literally kicked Oregon's booties in the Pac-12 championship. I personally stopped watching during the third quarter because I was like, this is exactly how it went last time. And don't we all as a collective just want Utah to do well this season? I mean, they've been through a lot. I feel like we all as a collective society want them to do well. Now, pretty sure Ohio State doesn't feel the same way as they're going to play them in the Rose Bowl, but I think that's going to be a good game. Now, maybe again, I'm jinxing it and it's going to be a blowout, but I want it to be a good game. I want Utah and Ohio State to have a back-to-back back and forth. We're grinding it all 4 quarters out kind of game. I truly am thinking of like the last few, and they've kind of been like that. Maybe I'm wrong. My memory's not 100% great, but I'm excited. Bowl season is the time of year where you watch a whole bunch of random people play football and hope that maybe you see something crazy, which is almost guaranteed because there's 977,000 bowl games. And as we talk about bowl games, I don't know if you saw, but Mr. Jimmy Kimmel has a bowl game. Like, yes, Jimmy Kimmel. On the Tonight Show with Jimmy Kimmel, that guy, NBC, that guy, Jimmy Kimmel, has a bowl game. And it's called the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl Game. And Oregon State will be playing in that against Utah State on December 18th. So I hope you're watching, because I will be watching. And we'll definitely be chatting it up about it on the week for Christmas, because we'll be putting out a pod the week for Christmas. I mean, stuff happens. We got to chat. We got to talk about it. So make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you come back, because I mean, at this point, I want a bowl game. Now, can I afford to host a bowl game? No. But maybe would y'all want to play in the Heisman Convo bowl game? I would want to play in the Heisman Convo bowl game. I mean, everyone has one, so I feel like it would only be fair if we had one. The wildest thing, personally, that I think that came out of college football this week was not the rankings, was not the championship games. It was definitely the Miami coaching Mario Cristobal, Manny Diaz situation. Personally, now, if you've been living your life and not on the internet, congratulations. 1, 2, here's what happened. The Miami coaching department, athletic director, all those people, they kind of sort of basically decided after most of the college championships were over that they wanted a new coach. And they personally wanted Mario Cristobal, who was the coach of Oregon at the time. They literally, reports were coming out. They're like, Miami's looking to hire Mario Cristobal. They're trying to work out a contract with Mario Cristobal. And rumors of Mario Cristobal leaving Oregon were occurring before this weekend. So this was not any new news. But the fact that Miami was the leader in those discussions, that was new news. And it was Sunday, they were like, Miami and Mario Cristobal has finalized deal. And usually when people are looking for a new coach, what is the first step you would do if you were looking for someone else to replace? Anybody? Okay. Personally, step 1 might be fire the person who's currently in that position. You know what I mean? And literally, they didn't even do that until Monday afternoon. And I was like, how rude. Because you're looking for his replacement while he's still actively out recruiting. He was on the recruiting plane. He was knocking on houses, eating mama's pie, drinking their coffee. And literally he got fired. Personally, now, if I knew there was reports of, my place of employment looking to actively replace me while I'm currently still in the position, now, I don't think I would have been out on the recruiting trail if we're being 100,000% honest, because baby, that don't look good. That ain't a good move. For you, personally. For you, that ain't a good move. For them, I guess so, maybe. For the fact that he was doing that, I mean, it's very commendable in a way, but it's kind of dumb because, they were looking for your replacement. Come on now. And I just, it was bad mostly on Miami's part, because I felt like they forgot. They were like, oh, yeah, we got to fire Manny Diaz. Forgot about that part. Now, I know you're all like, Ashleigh, are you going to talk about the Heisman Trophy finalists? I'm sad. As you all know, I was really rooting for Jordan Davis. I was really rooting for Kenneth Walker III. And neither one of them made it, which, as I said previously in a previous podcast, we all know the Heisman Trophy situation is biased to position players, mostly your quarterbacks. And I don't think it's fair. At this point, I think we should have another one just for everyone else who's not a quarterback or a running back. And even in this case, the running back didn't even get in, so I don't even think that's fair. Like, it's supposed to be the best player in college football that season. And yes, Bryce Young, great. CJ Stroud, great. Kenneth Pickett, great. Adrian Hutchinson, he's all right. I literally didn't know he existed until about 3 weeks ago. So we all know how that's going to go. And we all know Kenneth Pickett is going to get it because he's the oldest, he's the quarterback, he's on like a really prestigious team that's doing well, and they won their conference championship. He plays for Pittsburgh, if you did not know, in the ACC. And obviously he's going to win it. He's like the top prospected quarterback this season. I just wish, obviously, you know, I know how the world works. I know how the world goes round, that we could just have one of these things and it not be about who the media cares about. Like, yes, I know my gal Holly Rowe voted in who's going to win the Heisman Trophy, but we need more football people in football. We need more basketball people in basketball because this is getting outrageous. This is getting outrageous, and I want everyone to have a shot. Again, that's not how the world works, I know. But we can't have, you know, people like Chase Young who genuinely changed the game of college football, put it at an entire new level, get second. Jordan Davis, who was literally the most, you know, dog-eating dog out there this season, not even become a finalist. Over people who did good, I guess. Again, I'm not dogging the four people who were finalists. I'm just saying I would just like to know the criteria which went into those people being the finalists. It's been a long time since I got on my soapbox, and I'm feeling really good on a soapbox today. So stick with me here. As you probably know, or you might not know, that this week, well, technically the end of last week, started the NCAA Women's College Championship, the tournament, you know, December Madness, if you want to call it that. But unfortunately, rounds 1 and 2 are not on television. The schools are responsible for providing commentary. The sun is finally just starting to rise if you're watching video, and then things are changing. Let's not pay attention to it. And last year, it was an issue, and, you know, they decided to put all the games on the ESPN channels networks. They decided to provide commentary for all of that because people called them out, and they were like, this is stupid. This is awful. You are ESP flipping in. Like, you're ESPN. Like, you can afford to put these people on TV. You're literally showing, you know, stuff that happened 5-8 years ago on those random ESPN channels. Like, show something new. And people were coming for them, and they changed it. Since no one was coming for them this year, guess what? They didn't do anything about it. And they showcased them all on the ESPN Plus, where, you know, you got to pay to watch it. They put them behind a paywall. And when I found that out, I was utterly disturbed. One, because I wanted to watch. I wanted to support. And I know someone sitting there was like, you could have bought the ESPN Plus subscription, but I didn't want to. Now I have to wait till round 3 to like support and watch, which it's not right. I know right now, if you turned on your ESPN device or your cable box TV, if you have it, and you scroll to like ESPN News, ESPNU, you're going to find some rando dando stuff up there. Like, how about you put something new on TV? Especially it's December. There's no like new shows coming on right now. Put these ladies in these time slots and give them a chance. Like, viewership went up like 100% last year or something like that. So why are we still dogging out the women's volleyball players? It is 2021, basically 2022. Y'all, come on. Let's stop. Like, we shouldn't be having these same arguments every year. And especially we shouldn't have to argue about it for you to actually do something about it. Looking at you, Mr. NCAA. But I did watch a little bit of men's college basketball. You should be watching the women's college basketball. It's so much better. I promise you, it's so much better. But I think Alabama's men's basketball team did hear me say that last week. And they were like, you want chaos? I'll give it to you. Because they beat the brakes off of Gonzaga this week. I was watching those very boring late night college football championships. And I was like, this is boring. I accidentally turned to ESPN and I was like, okay, Alabama, we see you. And really the last time I paid attention to Alabama's men's basketball team was when Colin Sexton was on the team. And they did great. I mean, is Alabama like a contender for the SEC? I don't know. But like, am I tapped in? Maybe. Like, I'm here for it. Like, I'm kind of here for it. I'm excited. And also, you know, I just have beef with Gonzaga personally because they're always at the top. And they're always at the top because they don't play anyone. Like, they play in the West Coast Conference. They have regular scheduled games against UC Davis. Like, no shame to UC Davis. Y'all are probably great. You're probably great. You're fantastic. But are you on the same level as someone who's always consistently a national championship contender? No. And so when they play in these tournaments early in the season, I get excited because I'm like, there's a chance, you know, not that they can lose, not that I want them to lose. Well, I kind of do think I want them to lose. So I take that back, I guess. But you know that they can, like, we can see how they look against a real basketball team. Again, those other schools are real basketball teams. But they're not, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not playing in the same ballpark. We're not playing in the same league. They have, like, 5-star recruit Chet Holmgren, and you have, you know, 1-star recruits who were the star of their small town basketball team, which is great. But we're not playing in the same league. And so seeing them play against teams who are still competitive with them, it's fun to see. And, you know, shout out Alabama. I'm happy for you. You took down Gonzaga. You took down Georgia. You were just having a good old week down there in Tuscaloosa. And this week, we have 2 feel-good moments. Ah, yes, I know. I remembered. Aren't you proud of me? The first feel-good moment has to go to the Detroit Lions. Like, congratulations. Y'all finally won a football game. I'm literally so happy for you. Great job, Jared Goff. I'm not even going to front. When I turned on the channel and I saw that y'all had, like, 7 seconds left, I was like, oh, they're still not going to get that win. And little did I know, it was written in the cards for y'all this week, which I think is even more perfect because, as we all know, you know, the state of Michigan has not had a great week. And so the fact that, you know, Michigan wins the Big Ten and the Lions win the first game for them in their season, couldn't have picked a better week for them. And, you know, great job, Jared Goff and friends. You did it. Congratulations. The second feel-good moment of the week goes to drumroll. Now, this is going to be very niche, so I need you to stay with me if you're on audio, and I'm going to put it up on the screen if you're watching the video portion, which you probably should be doing anyway, but we'll get to that in a second. So if you remember back in any time in the internet, personally, the iconic meme of the little boy in Popeyes, and he's looking like side-eyed, like, I'm putting it on the screen. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, literally go watch the video portion. But that child has grown up now, like most children do, and he won the New Jersey State football championship this weekend. Wild. Like, when I saw that, I was like, there's no way that's the same kid. And it literally was, because other people were like, that's not the same kid. Like, that's wild. How is he that old? But, you know, when I sat down and I kind of did the math, I'm like, I guess that's pretty on par that he should be that old. And, like, how great is that? Honestly, he should be very rich because he's one of the backbones of the internet and the internet meme culture. So I'm happy for him. I am so happy for him. 1, you won the state championship. That is really hard to do, as I've never won one. And 2, that, you know, you're still out there. You're still killing it. You're doing great things. Hopefully he'll get, I didn't see that he had any offers. I think it said he was like class 22, 23. I truly don't remember. But yeah, it was like funny to see like a where are they now. I think they should do that more often. Personally, you guys know I love a little reality TV. So maybe we should like start a little where are they now. Maybe we should do it since no one else will do it. But that's all I have for this week. Make sure to like, comment, rate, subscribe wherever you decide to listen to your podcast at. Head on over to Instagram and follow at Her Sports Convo to stay up to date on all things Her Sports Convo. December 17th, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be the Her Sports Convo holiday live show on the Her Sports Convo main channel, YouTube channel. Be there or be square. I'm going to have some of my very good internet friends and real life friends, only one. I've only met one person actually in real life. And we're going to be playing. It's going to give you the holiday cheer you've been looking for this season. We're going to be talking about sports. We're going to be talking all the other things in between. And I'm excited for you guys to be there and, hang out with us for a good time. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Her Sports Convo channel because I post new videos up there every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as subscribe to the podcast channel, Her Sports Convo Podcast, where I post obviously new podcast episodes every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend, tell a few friends. But just to let you guys know, there will not be a new specific podcast episode next week because we're going to be talking about all the main headline things during the live show. That's literally going to happen the next day. So tell your friends, tell your families, all that good stuff to tap into the live show next week. I am so excited. Next Friday, be there or you're lame-o. Be there or you're lame. Point blank period. Be there or you're lame. But as always, be safe, have fun, and don't be afraid to join the convo.